So this is a game called Music Berries. You put any coin you
Okay,
want.
let's start with the easy version. What's the easy version? How do you set it up for the easy version?
You for the easy version, you put the base here and count up.
So if you got 5, then you would move your person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then what would you do? You say D because you know you're on D, right?
Yes.
And you would just take turns and you go all the way up and all the way down. And what you do is you just become familiar with the letters on the staff and where they are. So that's the easy version. What's a harder version that we play?
The harder version is with pennies, and when you collect the fruit, you take off the pennies.
Yep, so we can... Okay, now we have the game set up with the pennies. And we have our little characters. And we're going to shake the dice, and we're just going to take just a couple of turns so that you can see how to play this way. Okay, what do you have? 2, so move your character forward 2. Okay, so you landed right here. What note is that?
A.
So because you got it right, you get to keep the penny. Now it's my turn. Oh, I also got 2, so I count 1, 2. And I got B. I'm not supposed to look before I take the penny. Oops. So what we do is we would take this and we would go all the way to the top, and then we would come back down and we would skip all of the ones that already have pennies, and we would only count. We would, say we took. There's a few of these gone now. We'll just say, and we're up here. We'll say it looked like that, and we're on our way down. Now we'll pretend I did a 6. So I would count 1, 2, skip the one where it's gone, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I would have to identify this one as a G. Oh, look, it's G. But if I said A and it was not A, then I would still land there, but I wouldn't get to keep the penny. So we play that until we're done. Now, one of the things about this game is that based off of, I know that this is C, and if I landed here, I could say, oh, this is C, so I know this is D. So another version of the game, we put these pennies back and say we're starting again, is that when you get to collect a coin, you would get to keep the penny, or you get to take the coin off of it, but we would replace it with a dime, and we'd still count with the pennies, but then we would have the letters covered so that we wouldn't be able to guess what the letter was based on the letters around it. So we really can still be figuring it out for the individual note. Okay, now the last version of this game is the solitaire version. You can use it with any music flashcards that you have, or you can get these flashcards. These are free in my ebook called Music Games and Activities on my website, teachingchildrenmusic.com. And what we do for this version, now these cards here, there's actually 2 notes. The 2 highest notes are not on this board, and the lowest 3 are not there, so we just need to take those off if you're going to use these cards. But there's other flashcards out there. Anyway, what we would do for the solitaire version, you don't need a dice, you don't need a character. You would just draw a card. Go ahead, Helen. Okay, what note is that?
F.
This is an F, so we would find the F on here. Can you find the F that's the same note? Can you find the F on here? Where is it? The 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines up. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines up, so it's right here. So you would get to keep the penny. And then we would draw the next card. And this is for solitaire. When we look at this, and this is what?
La.
Well, it's La, but what's the letter name?
A.
It's an A. Good job. So you would get to keep that penny. But if you had said B, then we would put this in the discard pile, but you wouldn't get to keep the penny. And when you're done, you would have so many pennies in your card, and all of the cards would be gone. And you would look at all of the pennies that were left, and that would be your score, and it would be kind of like golf where you want the lowest score possible. And and whatever you have here might be, there might be 3 left. And then the next day you would play the game again, and hopefully you would get 2 and until you get them all right. So that's just a practice game. And really, there's a lot of other ways you could play this game that are up to your own imagination. So let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.